Alright folks, welcome to another tantalising edition of Saturday Night Slice. Once again, lower quality because I've got too many videos on my phone right now to shoot in 4K and 60 frames, although nobody gives a flying fuck if I shoot like that. And I've got to do this one quick because I'm actually recording this the evening that I'm supposed to have an episode ready, so ever a professional. So today we're going over to Morrison's and we're having a look at one of the pizzas from the Best range. Pretty penny this one, £4.50 for a pizza. That's what it actually looks like. So this is the hoisin pork version, which has won the Papa Industry Awards 2019. Don't know what that means. I don't research things, you know that by now. So, Italian passata sauce scattered with mozzarella petals, 5-spice marinated pork, hoisin sauce, and spring onions on a hand-stretched stone-baked base. The Best hoisin pork pizza is made using Italian rye sourdough enriched with olive oil, hand-stretched and stone-baked for an exceptionally crisp crust and authentic oven-fired taste. So, yeah, I mean, it's really nicely presented. It's one of those sort of oval affairs. So I don't have my pizza board because everyone else has had pizza tonight as well. So I cooked this for pretty much the required amount of time. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Let's compare it to what we get on there or there. Not as much greenery, it has to be said, and I do like spring onions, and it just sounds absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Of course, with it being that shape, I had to cut it sort of in triangular formation, which makes it a little bit of a bugger to eat, but hey ho, who cares? So we'll get this piece on the end. And of course it didn't cut properly. Why would it? But it's looking nice. And yeah, I've definitely not cut that properly on this piece. But oh well. It's going to get messy anyway. But yeah, that's what it looks like. The crust. It could have potentially done with maybe a tiny bit longer, but I didn't want the top to catch any more than it did. It's got a nice spongy texture, but a crisp outside. So yeah, let's give it a taste. At first I was like, there's not much flavour to this, but as you're eating it, that sweetness of the hoisin sauce is very nice. It's not like smothered in it either, so it becomes too much. Let's have another bite of this. It's got a nice crust, nice texture to it. It's holding it nicely, not too much of a flop. Yeah, it's not really got too much flavour from that chicken. Well, mind you, there wasn't really too many pieces on the actual slice, so here's a little piece. It's not chicken, it's pork, dickhead. Pork's got a subtle flavour. Could be seasoned maybe a little bit more. But it had a nice soft texture to it. Really nice and tender pork. The rest of this is just the sauce and the cheese. I mean, it's nice, it's serviceable. Nice crust, really nice crust. But it's just lacking maybe a little bit of oomph to it. There's like residual sort of heat from that 5-spice, but it's not like heat, you know. You sort of get that sort of like texture on your tongue after like granulated ginger or cinnamon. And mind you, if it was 5-spice and it was way too overpowering, it would just be inedible, really. I think they could have flavoured the pork maybe a little bit differently. The little dashes of the hoisin, a little bit too far in between. Is that the term? I don't know. I mean, overall, works nicely as a pizza, but you know, you're paying like £4.50 for this. I kind of expect a little bit more flavour, so we'll take another piece of the pork. Yeah, it's just that, it's a tiny bit bland. That's all I'm going to say. The parts where you get the hoisin, I'm going to have to turn this over because it's snapped off. The parts where you get the hoisin, just lift it a little. Probably could have done with a little bit more. I would have actually preferred to not get pizza stuck in my teeth. The spring onion to have a little bit more presence. It's just like little shreds of it, as opposed to like when you slice a spring onion. When I'm making my own pizza, I love to sprinkle some little slice of spring onion on top. But you're really not getting them on this, so it doesn't even like add a subtle edge to the pizza. Yeah, the hoisin, that's the best part, when you get a bit of that hoisin sauce. The cheese is okay. You're never going to be like, wow, that mozzarella's blah, 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 unless you're like eating it in pieces. But yeah, it's got a little like sense of quality to it. I think that the packaging oversells it slightly. I don't think it's worth £4.50, considering some of the lower. I mean, I know you can get much more expensive pizzas, even in the supermarkets, but this is one of those occasions where wait until it's either in the sort of like clearance section, or if they ever do like a 2 for £5 deal. But £4.50 on its own, I mean, some of the flavours in this range sound really good, and I will try them in the future, but it sounds much better than it actually is. But it's not a bad pizza by any stretch, and it's got a good quality crust, so I'm trying to get a bit of the spring onion out of my teeth. That's going to annoy me, that. Yeah. Don't watch. Gonna give it 6.5 out of 10. Not gonna rush out to buy this. It's just a bit bland at the end of the day. But yeah. So I've still not got around to picking up any recommendations that people have had. I do apologise. I wanted this series to be a bit more focused on that. But if you do have any recommendations, especially because we're starting to do like regular Morrison shops through Amazon, which is amazing, although you're giving money to Amazon, which is fundamentally a bad thing. But yeah, so if you see it, if you know any other pizzas, pizzas from Morrison's, let me know what recommendations, and if I pick them up, I'll give you a shout out when I do the review. 6.5 out of 10. Cheers for watching, folks, and next week you might see actual video quality. You never know. Highly doubt it. See you guys later. Take care.